This is so, I like this back here. I feel like a kindergarten teacher.
Hey guys, this is Clementine from Mr. Clementine Teach. I am back in the classroom. This is day 5. Yeah, I think it's day 5. Who knows? Back here getting some things set up. The plan for today pretty much is to finish up my classroom library, hopefully get the canopy tent set up. I was missing some supplies, but I think I have everything today, so I can get that up and you can see what that looks like, and then I'll link down below in the description how you can make a canopy tent also. I got the idea from a great blogger, and I'll link that down below. I might also put a card up. I don't know where it goes, but I'll put a card up there as well that you can click. Hopefully, we'll see. Finished classroom library, canopy tent, and then also start to get some of the little things arranged. Maybe get my whiteboard organized and set up today. Yeah, and we'll see where it goes from there. Also, my cabinets, I have to finish getting into those and organizing all of that stuff. So really, we'll just see what we can get through and how much we can get done today, and we'll take it from there. Alright guys, so here is the canopy tent that I was talking about. It's just some cheap tool that I got from Joann's, and a hula hoop and some string at the top and a little clip to clip all the fabric together at the top. And I hung it. I think it looks pretty cool. This will be part of the classroom library. I'll probably use it as an incentive maybe for carpet time or just in general. Those STAR students might get to sit in the canopy tent during a read aloud or something like that. So I think this will be really fun for students. It'll provide a little bit of space, some quote unquote privacy, even though I can see everything they're doing in there, but maybe a space for students to read in. Again, maybe for that STAR student, it'll be their particular reading spot for their week or something like that. Don't know exactly how the procedure for that's going to go yet, but I do think it's going to be fun for students. It looks cool. Yeah, and I really like it, and it was cost effective, which is always great. So here is what I sort of got accomplished last night or started, organizing my library into the different groups. So of course your Dr. Seuss bin, these are alphabet books and alphabet, rhyming, and poetry books. These here are, let's see, animal books. I have so many animal books. I have 2 of these bins actually. This book or this bin is all about humans, so human body, Ripley's Believe It or Not, some history things in there, that kind of stuff. These are joke books and yeah, pretty much just joke books. Eric Carl bin. This guy is all about crafts and art and puzzles, those types of things. This book is also pretty stuffed, like the animal bin. Excuse me. These are all books that have cartoon characters. So I know I mentioned in a former video that I don't really like books with characters from movies or television, but I do have a couple that I've ended up with over the past few years. But they're in a dedicated bin. But other than this, all of my books do not have your generic television movie characters. These are holiday books. And these, of course, could fall in the category, but I just chose to put those in miscellaneous because they weren't super specific, so they don't have a bin. They're just kind of hanging out on the side. These is, I cannot talk today, my gosh. I have not even organized the Scholastic books, that $1,000 worth of books that I purchased. Haven't gone through those yet. These are more animal books that are going to go in another bin. Some National Geographics. These are teacher books that were provided by the school. This bin is board books, chapter books. These probably won't get a lot of use, but they're there. That's actually a miscellaneous bin. I'm probably going to empty that one out and put a specific category in that bin. Down here, I think those are also miscellaneous books. What else? I have more books. Oh, some books that I forgot at home and just brought today. I have to organize these as well. I brought more bins for that second library bookshelf over there. And oh, I have a couple more. I have a lot of books, guys. And then not to mention like leveled readers over there. Those won't go in the library, obviously, though. These will be in a nice little fancy basket. These will be teacher picks. So books that I really feel strongly about. So like my bilingual books, authors that I really care about. What's the word? For multicultural books and books that I know students will just naturally gravitate towards. So, you know, if a student's like, I don't know what to read or I can't find anything good, I can always say, go check out the teacher suggestion bin, and that's what that'll be for. These books here by my rocking chair on my fancy little thing that I found. I actually found this by a dumpster, guys, but it was like nothing was wrong with it. It was brown. I spray paint or, you know, washed it up, spray painted it, and it looks great. So don't be afraid to do a little dumpster diving, you know. I didn't actually go in the dumpster. It was next to the dumpster. Anyways, these books are teacher books that will probably only be used for read alouds, where students will specifically have to ask to get these books because I want them to be well taken care of, and I don't want them to read them before I get to do a read aloud. These will be like the special books that I, you know, do my special voices and all that good stuff for. So I don't want the students to find these in the classroom library. I want them to remain kind of special and reserved for read alouds. And then of course, after I do a read aloud with that book, I'll probably have a special spot for the books that I do read aloud. Maybe just like up at the board, or I'll get a little stand or something, or it might just sit over there. So students can request to read that book during read to self time or something like that. A lot of the Scholastic books that I purchased will also go in that teacher basket as well. I might actually end up getting another basket to go down here. But yeah, those are specifically my books. And yeah, so got the canopy done. Going to finish up the other bookshelf over yonder. And we're rolling. BRB. Okay, so I feel like I keep showing you the same thing, but I promise you it's not the same. It's different. I've made some changes, and I finished up. Yes, I think I've finished up. I cannot talk today. I officially finished the classroom library. I shouldn't say officially because I still have to make all the labels for the bins, but the books are organized into the different bins. The teacher books are separated, all that good stuff. So I'm going to show you the almost finished product aside from the labels. So again, this is my teacher bin. I added some more books. The books basically that I don't want the kids to touch without asking me, because they're really nice books and they're books that I want to reserve for read-alouds. These are kind of the same thing almost. The more I added to it, I realized these are kind of like teacher books too, but more specifically, if kids are, which they shouldn't because I have like so many books, but if a student ever is just like, I need help finding a book or I can't pick, this is the bin that I will probably direct them to first, unless I'm like really going deep in, diving into their particular hobbies and interests and going through the library and finding them a very specific book. If I'm not going to do that, I'll just direct them to this bin. Mr. Hall's suggestions, that kind of thing. Mr. Hall's favorite book. So that's what these are. And basically, how I picked these books to go in here were mostly multicultural books. So African American children's stories, The Runaway Walk. What else is in here? If You Lived with the Cherokee. This one isn't multicultural, but that's a good one. That book that kind of has to like the Cocoa feel. Noodle Magic. Princess Truly books, which are really good. Little Red Fort. So a lot of these are the Scholastic books that I talked about, and this is a really good one. Mufaro's Beautiful Daughters, An African Tale. Yeah, so a lot of those are the books that I purchased with the Scholastic money, and talked about in one of my previous videos. I added some books to the top shelf over here. So again, it's a little bit different. It looks the same, and I moved the bins around a little bit specifically. As a teacher, you're trying to stay one step ahead. So just specifically thinking, where are their little hands going to go first? So they're probably going to gravitate towards the top shelf, even though they're short, but generally the things on the top are the best, right? So animal books, I have to unwrap these, but these are the poetry, so I would like them to dive into those poetry books as soon as possible. Then this is the Mo Willems book set, which I plan to do an author feature probably every month or so, change up and have a set of books from a particular author. And then I move some of the books I feel a little bit less strongly about towards the bottom, like the cartoon books. What are these guys? The arts and crafts, which are not as text heavy, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I have 1, 2, I think I have 3 animal book bins. And then I finished this side. Again, the 2 red ones on the bottom are just kind of like miscellaneous. This guy here is graphic novels. I'll probably end up adding some stuff to that. The holiday bin, that was over there, but I figured that side is a little more heavy with the books that I really like. And then holiday books you're not going to necessarily use as much, so I brought them over here. More animal books. The board books, which will probably get a lot of use in the early weeks and months. And then again on the top shelf, actually I might move this. On the top shelf, this is the nonfiction. Yeah, I'm gonna move this because I already have animals over here. Animals. And then the nonfiction texts, which are really important. Cool. So yeah, those are the 2 sides of my library. Really organized. I just have to make the labels. I have a couple more chapter books at home that I want to bring just because I don't like that empty gap there. So I'm going to fill that in. So yeah, that's the classroom library. The little canopy tent, I think it looks really good. I want to bring some pillows in to put probably at the bottom there. That'll be nice. Behind my rocking chair, those are books that specifically align with the curriculum. So those are just kind of tucked back there. Those are just extra books that didn't fit in my top basket. What else? You can see shout out to one FAB teacher. I just kind of listen to her and Kyle Thain a lot when I'm in here setting up. They're great motivators. They have such great information. I am striving to be like them someday. Where was I going next? Yeah, and then all this stuff just still kind of looks the same. And I was thinking with the Nat Geos, the National Geographics, I can't just throw those on the bookshelf because, you know, they're not the kid variety. So there potentially can be things that I don't necessarily want my kindergarten students to see. So I haven't decided if I'm just gonna either give them to Faith, my girlfriend, who teaches 3rd grade. She can use them in her classroom, I'm sure. Or if I want to take the time to go through every one and cut out the pages that I don't want. Blah. So these are going to go home with me tonight, and I'll decide exactly what I want to do with those. I don't really have anywhere to put them anyway. I could figure something out, but I might just give them to Faith. All this stuff here. So yeah, what are the next steps? Right now, I'm going to, I think I showed you that. Those are the little magnet strips that I bought from the teacher's store. They look really good, nice and neat. My I can statements will go in there. I have more that I might end up using to set up some other little sections up here, but I just kind of wanted to see how those worked. So those are cool. But anyway, my next little steps, go on my desk, are I have to put Velcro bloops on my calendar so I can put the calendar numbers on and off. So I'm going to do that here in a minute. These are some really cool posters that I actually found in the cabinet. So kindergartners are writers. Here's how we do it, and it's just kind of a reminder for a teacher and parents. I should probably, this week for parents to see, just the different stages of writing. Today I have writing conferences with, so this might be something I put at my small group table back there. I really love that setup back there. It's like I have my desk and my small group table all right there. It's kind of like my little section, my little bubble that little germy bodies are not allowed behind that table. And then kind of the same thing over there. That table will be for my para, and she has a little bookshelf back there for her materials. Anyway, who's my audience? Writing steps, what to do when I'm done writing. Why am I writing? Hello, we need to know why we're writing what we're writing. How does your writing sound? Does it make sense? These might go somewhere at some point. Haven't decided, but I just thought those were cool. Found those in the cabinet. So I'm going to work on that calendar. Oh, I'll come back to that. So I'm going to do that. I'm all over the place, people. This is just not, I mean, it looks fine, but it's just not as neat as I would like it to be. And my goal is to just start the school. I think it's everyone's goal. Excuse me, but to start the school year on just like a pristine, neat and orderly classroom. And let me turn the camera around. Hang on. So my goal is to start the year with just a very neat and orderly classroom. This is so, I like this back here. I feel like a kindergarten teacher because I am. Start the year with the classroom just super neat and orderly. I think that's everyone's goal. But hope, you know, if you start that way, you're much more likely to maintain it throughout the year. And then I was saying, Kyle Thain, who is another great YouTube blogger. I watch him and One Fab Teacher all the time. One of his suggestions, his routine is to take the time at the end of the day, 10-15 minutes to just, he says, bring the classroom back to the neutral state where everything is where it belongs, so that the next morning you're coming into a clean classroom, a clean slate, you're starting fresh. So I want to start the year fresh, and then I'm planning to put that procedure, that routine into practice. Some of that will fall on my students as well. I'm going to start from the get-go, instilling that responsibility, that routine of, you know, we clean up at the end of the day, or really after the activity, so that I'm coming into a nice fresh room each morning. So that's just something that I picked up from Kyle Thain and not talk today. So yeah, that's why that's one of the reasons I'm being so meticulous with where everything is, because I don't want finding things in organization. I don't want that to be a hindrance to my teaching or my sanity. I want that to just kind of be second nature from the get-go, so that I can put my energy and focus in more important areas. So, something else I was gonna say, but I don't remember. Okay, I'll be back. BRB. Okay, speaking of Kyle Thain and FAB Teacher, I'm watching FAB Teacher, her videos right now. I really like how that corner looks. Yeah, it looks even better when my carpet's right there. I just love it. Anyway, FAB Teacher, watching her videos right now, and she was talking about the super improver system of classroom management. And in one of my former videos, this is still up here, I was just kind of discussing how I'm not a fan of the Clipchart as a classroom management system. I'm a fan of more positive systems. Dojo points, I used Dojo during my student teaching, but I only did positive points. I didn't do any negative points, and I did not take away points. So, you know, once you earn your points for a good behavior, it's your point. I'm not going to take it away. So I didn't do negative points or take away points, anything like that. Only positive points, and it worked really well. I did individual student points, table group points, as well as whole class points. And then as a class, we set a goal for how many points we want to reach, and we set a reward for once we reach that goal. And we actually met the goal twice. Once was a stuffy day, so students were able to bring in a stuffed animal from home, which was something that they really enjoyed, and they got to sit on their desk for the day. And then I think the second one was a popsicle day, I believe, once the weather warmed up. So that's kind of cool. I am thinking strongly that I'm going to put a super improver system here on this thing, a magnetic one, or get it up there somehow, because I really don't like this thing. And this is actually this is a school-wide policy, so, but I have a progressive principal, and I think he would understand. And, you know, if I might have it in the room, like somewhere, but if I'm not using it, if I don't need to use it, I just don't need to use it. If something else is preventing me, or if I'm being proactive so that I don't have to use that system, I don't think that'll be a problem. So if the super improver system, in addition to this, actually eliminates that, that's kind of the plan. So I'll have it up and it'll be there, but the plan is to hopefully not have to use it as a result of the super improver system in combination with Dojo. And then Kyle Thain also has this really cool system with some, like, he uses pom-pom balls, fuzzies that go in a jar, as a reward system as well. I'll link his video and FAB Teacher's video, so you can check out those systems. They can explain them more in detail of how they do them, because I haven't actually implemented them yet. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking is going to go here. I had my that spray painted thing that I was talking about earlier that I got from the dumpster, bloop, 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 that actually looks really nice, even though it's from the dumpster. I had that sitting here, and that's where I was going to, put my lunch count stuff. So when students come in the morning, they could go over there and make their lunch count choice. But that's an air conditioning unit, and the janitor politely asked if I could move it, just because that airflow is nice if it can get in and out of there. So that was kind of a bummer because I liked how it looked there, but I actually like this better, so it worked out. Anyway, so now I'm just looking at, I have this big, huge, gigantic air conditioning unit, which I'm happy about because I get control of the temperature in my room, but it's also kind of an eyesore. So I'm thinking, how am I going to decorate that thing? So yeah, the super improvers thing will go there, and probably a couple of other things. And then I'm thinking, now I know I don't have to have stuff in every space, but with such a small room, you do kind of have to capitalize on space. So I'm thinking the super improvers there, and then something down at the bottom here. I don't really know yet. It's like some type of activity. And then I know earlier I said that I would do some sensory stuff in that corner, but I ended up moving library stuff back here. So I could do sensory stuff here or sensory stuff on the ledge. I'm thinking of doing bucket fillers here. Oh my gosh. But anyway, so I'm thinking maybe something here, some type of sensory activities, some pillows maybe, or a really low bench or something. I don't know. But something down there to utilize that space. And then this space up here as well at the front of the room. I really do like that this is open so I can use my board. Let me turn it back around. I really do like that this is open so that I can use my board and not be tripping over things. But I think maybe my class chairs will go down there, or tense frame diagrams, or some type of activity. Oh, actually I know. So, that's gonna be a separate video, but I'm planning on using a program called School Moves, which is a combination of, different therapies. So like I worked in special education before I got my own classroom here. I worked as a para. And for those that know, or for those that don't know rather, those special needs students with special needs rather, a lot of times they might have occupational therapy or speech therapy or physical therapy, those types of things. And the founder of School Moves, her daughter had special needs, and she was also a teacher. So she found that these systems or therapies that her daughter was doing, hey, these would be really beneficial to any student, even gen ed students, which is something I always noticed as well when I was working in special education. The brain breaks, you do brain breaks anyway, but sensory breaks. We all have sensory needs, some less than others, some more than others, but just all of those different therapies. So the School Moves program is a combination of those different things. They come on posters, they have cards, different activities, exercises you can do. So it'll be kind of in combination with like Go Noodles, brain breaks. I bring in instruments like my ukulele and my melodica, and I lead brain breaks. I used to be a camp counselor and director for a while, so I know a lot of camp songs, so a lot of times I'll lead my own Go Noodles that way too with camp songs. So the School Moves will be in conjunction with all of those things as brain break activities. So maybe I say all that to say those posters can go down there. Whew. So much to think about. I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the day. It's funny because the room kind of looks the same, but I know that deep down in the nitty gritty, I got some things accomplished here today. I'm gonna take that calendar home and put on the Velcro dots at home. But yeah, so happy I got that library finished up. Got my Canopy tent up, which looks great. And I also just want to share a couple of my ideas for future videos, just to kind of give you an idea of what's going to be coming up. So probably in the next few days here or so, actually, because I know it is, what month is this? It's August right now, the beginning of August. Here in Michigan, school starts September 4th or the beginning of September. So it's crunch time. A lot of school districts, a lot of schools are doing last minute hiring right now. So I want to get a video up with some interview tips. Aside from that, I have Meet the Teacher coming up here really soon, and I'm very excited about that. I already had popsicles on the playground, but that was during the band camp week. If you didn't check out that band camp video, check it out. It's pretty fun. It's not directly related to the classroom, but that kind of relates to my musical teaching that I do. The popsicles on the playground, that was during the week of band camp. So I drove the 2 hours to Central Michigan University. I drove the 2 hours back on Wednesday for popsicles, and I drove the 2 hours back to Central on Thursday morning for the rest of band camp. And then of course I had to drive the 2 hours back home at the end of band camp. So that was like 400 miles that I put on my car that week. So that was great. But anyway, I was just really tired during popsicles because I had been out in the hot sun for 9 hours a day practicing, teaching, so I don't think I got a video uploaded specifically talking about popsicles, but I will get a video uploaded that is for Meet the Teacher, which I'm really excited about. Again, one FAB Teacher, also Pocketful of Primary. They both had some really great suggestions and some great resources on Teacher Pay Teacher for Meet the Teacher, and so I'm going to do a video for that in terms of preparation and then in terms of how the Meet the Teacher actually went. Like, subscribe, comment, question, whatever you choose to do, whatever floats your boat. Also find me on Twitter. My thingy is down in the description. Also a link to my website is there as well. My digital teaching portfolio, which is a great thing that you'll want to have if you are still in that interview process or just as a professional, something that you want to have in this 21st century. So I'll say it one more time. Thank you for all the support in these past few days as I've gotten started. Please continue to like, subscribe, comment, share all of those great things, and continue to be awesome and stay blessed.